Hi everyone and thank you for joining us for this new TuneOcean 2022.2 tutorial. Today we'll be looking at the new physics-based asset placement tool. You can find this tool in the toolbar here. If you click on that arrow to expand all the tools, here we have two new tools. We have the Move with Collision and the Gravity tool. Let's exit the path tracer, select that object here, that toy, and the first thing I want to show you is just the gravity. So I'm going to move that object up, I'm going to give it maybe a slight rotation, and I'm going to press the gravity to make it fall. As simple as that. So here again, just moving it up, let's turn it so it's face the camera, turning it maybe in that direction, and press the gravity to make it fall. With that new tool, we generate a simple convex bounding box around the object affected by physics, in order for gravity and collision to work in real time. For this reason, sometimes the contact points of the object are not perfect. So it's something that you can see when getting closer. For example, here, that object is actually not directly touching the geometry it is sitting on. If you want to have something a bit more precise, you can then, once you activated the collision, just move it a bit manually. It also heavily depends on the geometry you are using. So for example here, let's select that pile of objects. I will select the same thing, I'm going to move it up in the air and I'm going to press the physics to make them fall. And since they are a really simple geometry, the physics applied onto them will be much more accurate. When activating the physics, make sure to not have objects that intersect each other. So for example here, if I move that object inside that other one, now let's select the two and press the physics, they will just move away from each other. That could result in some strange behavior from time to time. Here, same idea, if I just move one inside the other, when pressing the physics, it will just bounce and sometimes just explode. The next part of that feature is actually the Move with Collision. So for example, let's select that big box over here. I'm going to press the Move with Collision. And now when I move that object, he won't be able to intersect with object. Like you can see here, he won't enter that actual door. Here it's stuck by that small train, and here if I move it back, it will be stuck by that children. So when placing objects, it can be a useful tool just to make sure you don't have objects that are going into each other. Same idea with multiple mesh. So for example here, let's expand that folder. I'm going to take my whole train here. With that tool still active, if I start to move it, as you can see here, it will start to slow down because there is a lot of collision to calculate, a lot of information to handle. But I can also use the rotation tool just to give some fancy rotation. I can again move it in, for example, in that way, and as soon as it will touch a geometry, it will just stop moving and the rest of the object will follow. We can also use the scale tool to move objects away from each other. So for example here, those objects are not actually scaled, they are just pushed away. Or if I press on the middle here, I can just bring them towards the middle of my scene. Same idea here, if I select all those toys, I'm going to move them up. I'm going to switch to the scale gizmo to bring them together. Maybe just give them a slight rotation, and I'm going to press the gravity button to make them fall nicely. Finally here, I've built a simple construction using just some basic primitive. If I select all of them in my scene graph and press physics, as you can see here, my tower is holding, nothing is collapsing. But let's, for fun, maybe just close everything first. What I will do here is just open the scene graph, object, primitive, and I'm going to take that simple sphere, I'm going to place it over here. I'm going to scale it down so it's a bit smaller, placing up in the air. Here, same idea, I'm going to select everything in my scene, well, everything in my tower, including that sphere. I'm going to press physics and that sphere will actually fall and let's see what happens. So that's a pretty cool tool, but it's in early access. We are still waiting for your feedback to keep working on that feature in the future. And that's it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching it, and we will see you all for the next one. Bye everyone!